Good afternoon, welcome to it. This is another episode of the, what do you call this now? Not even on air with Ma no more. This is another episode of the, what do you call this? Rainbow Radio podcast. Oh my goodness, the name changes. All the info that needs to be updated. Sometimes I get confused, sometimes I'm lost myself. But nevertheless, thank you for choosing us to keep you company on this Tuesday afternoon. It does feel like a Monday, doesn't it? I know it does feel like a Monday. It's been a long weekend. Unfortunately, I had to work, but it wasn't that bad. Work was actually really nice. A customer asked me earlier this afternoon. In fact, she asked me this morning whether I was off. I said no, it was a long weekend, but I worked. And honestly, nobody believes me when I say that it was a rather nice long weekend to work. I was off, however, yesterday, which was on, what was yesterday? Easter Monday. Is it the day of goodwill? I hope you had a lovely Easter weekend. A lot of people has been away from home. Maar ja, ek dink hy's 'n general tradition that we have. For those some have been on camping sites, others just visiting family. Ek hoop maar regtig waar julle kan self geniet. But nevertheless, it's Tuesday and yeah, I was planning to get to a school meeting this evening, but that has been postponed because of the fact that we currently on stage 4 load shedding. So yeah, there will be load shedding tonight at 6 p.m. 6 till about 8:30. So yeah, there's load shedding tonight for those of you who didn't know. There was also load shedding earlier this morning at 10 o'clock, and with our store opening at 9, I really felt it is probably useless to get to work at 9 o'clock, and with load shedding kicking in at 10 and the power only going back on after 12. Oh my goodness, sorry, I got a bit moe. I actually wanted to get to work only after 12, but ja, hy is so nooit 'n idee gewees het, but die baas is so entertaining. Nevertheless, let's pick up and see what happened this past weekend. There was a tournament hosted by Aberdeen, of course. I'm trying to get some info from the guys who's been to the tournament. Like I told you guys, I had to be at work, so ek kon nie noodwendig na die sportsveld toe gaan en die info vir julle kry nie, maar hopefully sal my vriend Mondrio vir ons uitbuil. En ek kan vir hom vra om vir ons hy details te stuur. Basically the results van die tournament. It is an annual thing happening in Atlantis at Robinville Sportsfield. This year it was hosted by Aberdeen Football Club. Die mense het apparently alles ingesit om 'n goeie tournament te reël. So yeah, I'm hoping to see if we can get those results for you guys within the next day or two. Sad news in the Manchester United camp, of course, is that Cristiano Ronaldo and is it his wife? His life partner, his girlfriend, I'm not too sure. They announced the passing of their twin son late yesterday afternoon. Die van die twins lewe die meisiekind nog. Maar ja, ons hart gaan uit aan Cristiano Ronaldo. En hulle post het hulle ook genoem dat dit baie verskorend is vir hulle. En vra ook dat die publiek hulle privaatheid sal respekteer. En ja, vra enige ouer wat 'n kind aan die dood moes afstaan, is glad nie die maklikste ding om oor te kom nie. So ja, sterkte en gebede gaan uit aan Cristiano Ronaldo en sy familie. And some other news, and these things I actually saw this morning. There was a post doing the rounds about aid stuff, food and probably clothing to help those affected in the KwaZulu-Natal, Durban area who was affected by the terrible floods. And op van die post, oh my goodness. Okay, let me just get you into the picture. Die president het gestaan ge-announce dat ons nou weer in a national state of disaster is as gevolg van die flooding in Durban. Firstly, just to touch up on that point, I really don't see the reason why it should be a national state of disaster, because it's low isolated, I would think, mainly to KwaZulu-Natal, the Durban area. And with the state of disaster kom maar so baie goed, so baie dinge. One of which is, of course, die looting van die funds wat available gemaak word vir die mense wat eintlik moet benefit van die funds. En laasweek al het daar 'n Facebook meme rondgedoen waar Hina sit en wag en afkyk op 'n stuk kos, en die meme het definitief gereed, "This is the comrade sitting waiting for the relief funds for Durban." Vanoggend toe ek scroll op die internet, toe sien ek daar was 'n hele gedoente, weet jy hoe lang terug het was he. But basically what happened was food supplies and just general aid stuff to help the people affected by the floods in Durban was collected by government officials, and they wanted to actually steal the goods, but this lady, you could hear it is an English-speaking, previously advantaged lady, and she made a video recording of it and told them there and then that she will be sending those to each and every single newspaper. Later this morning, when I saw another feed on Facebook, I think it was ENCA, they posted that the goods have since been returned. So die skurke van die government het toe nie weggegaan met die goed he. But that brings me to the point I want to make. Sometimes wil 'n mens donate aan mense wat swaar kry oral, maar jy weet nooit wie hand gaat hê in die distribution van die goed he. En het maak 'n mens net bietjie, hoe kan ek sê, jou plaksak om te wil donate. Jy wil regtig waar donate, mense ja, wat affected is, kinders ja, ou mense ja, maar wanneer jy weet die government is involved, of government officials is involved met die distribution van die goods, dan dink jy 2, 3, soms 4 en 5 keer, en jy weet die mense gaan in om vir hulle self van die mooistes en die bestes van die goedere te vat, beste van die kos, die beste van die klere, beste van alles, en het maak 'n mens huiwerig om regtig te wil donate en betrokke te raak by sulke fundraising of donation campaigns. Ek dink wat die government kan kolleer hier in ons dorp in Atlantis is definitief hoe om sulke goed korrekte distribusie, dat die beneficiaries die enigste persone is wat daarby baat vind. Daar's al baie gevalle in Atlantis wat ek persoonlik van weet, waar byvoorbeeld 'n huis afgebrand het of 'n Wendy afgebrand het en die community by mekaar gekom het, gedoneer, en jy hoor agterna van stories waar van die goed gesteel of gevat was he. En ek dink ons gemeenskap of die leiers, die gemeenskapleiers weet presies wat om te doen, hoe om te doen, om seker te maak dat die beneficiaries regtig waar die enigste mense is wat benefit van sulke pogings. Ja, ek het ook gesien die naweek was 'n Shoprite truck geloot in Durban, which just makes me believe that Durbanites in looting regtig waar in dieselfde WhatsApp groep is. I mean, I know the situation is dire. I know you probably lost a lot of things, but I really don't see the reason why you want to resort to criminality and go loot grocery trucks, which is obviously on its way to the stores, to the food stores. En ek is seker Shoprite doen baie vir baie gemeenskappe in die land om iets soos dit oor te kom. But nevertheless, that's net my siening. I don't see the reason why people should go and loot when they in a situation like that. This podcast is of course brought to us by Yoco. Yoco is card payment devices where you as a local business owner can actually now start taking card payment services from your customers without having to send them to the ATM, without having to wait for a few days for them to come back with cash and pay you. Whether you sell potatoes on the street corner, whether you wash cars in the parking lot, even car guards can now, any of you can really now afford a card payment device. If you're interested, text me. inbox me, Uthman Solomons, and I will send you all the details. You can also just send a message through to our studio line on 08491555669. That's 08491555669. So yeah, that's some of the stories I wanted to chat about. Other than that, there isn't much. Ik weet as Dinsdag, het voelt soos 'n Maandag. As I'm browsing through on Facebook, a lot of people have something to say about this, that and the other. The one thing that's really frustrating at the moment is load shedding. We have moved to schedule 4 load shedding. When did it happen? Last night it was load shedding in Blauburg when we went out as a family for dinner. And I checked the app. You all know the app's name. I'm not going to mention it, yeah. But yeah, I checked the app and it stated that we would have a load shedding only this morning at 10. But subsequently it is now, the stage has increased and we now have load shedding stage 4, which means Atlantis will also be without power between 6 and 8:30 this evening. Yeah, guys, thank you for choosing us. We'll try and see if I can do a live show for you very soon. It's a bit moeilijk met werk and everything. But yeah, what I want to ask you guys out there, I got a few suggestions from people. What is it that you would like to listen to on radio? What kind of show would intrigue you? What kind of show would keep you listened or glued to your radio? Kevin Fortune sent me a message a couple of months ago where he suggested lekker jazz music sal vir hom ingeskakel hou. Daniel Davids, he said that he would like a lekker Premier League show. So yeah, Danny, we're working on that, and maybe we can ask you to join us in the show on our panel, because you are an expert as far as the Premier League goes. So yeah, that is on the cards. But yeah, if there's anything you'd like to listen to on radio in general, let me know. Send your comments, suggestions, and any ideas to 08491555669, or you can also just text or comment in the comment section of this podcast, as I'm certain it will straight be uploaded onto the Rainbow Radio podcast link, which on Facebook. I'm hoping I've changed so many things with regards to the group, with regards to the page. I just haven't checked in, and merely because I haven't had a chance to do a podcast like this in this setting in a long time. I'm not sure whether the page name is still linked to this podcast. If not, I will sort that out. You know how I go. I sort stuff out and make things happen. But thank you for listening. It's always a pleasure. Let me just see what else is there. There's nothing else to touch on, guys. If there's any topics you'd like to share with us, do so. 08491555669. Until next time, have a lovely afternoon. Onthou, het is Dinsdag, het voel maar net soos 'n Maandag.